Hey everyone, Val Cookman here. Today I'm going to do this live on Are You Setting Your Kids Up to Fail? It's not meant you're a bad parent by any means. This is just like the way we talk to our kids and the way they internalize things, and it's also the way you talk to yourself and you internalize things. It's kind of the way our brain works. So we should be speaking to ourselves in a different way and to our children in a different way in order to get the best out of other people, your children, even co-workers. This will work. It works for basically everything, but I'm focusing on kids today. My personal story is my son, he's only in first grade, but like I look at his homework and I'm like, his writing's messy. I'm thinking in my head all the time, like, gosh, his writing's messy. Probably because like my entire family is like, even like the men have this impeccably awesome writing. So I'm like, oh, his writing's messy. He's only 7, by the way. So I don't know why I'm setting my standards so high for, he's only 7, but so I'm telling him, oh, you redo that, and he's got to keep redoing it. And you need to write better. I'm literally, and I started reading this book, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm teaching him right now that he doesn't write well. So he's going to automatically internalize in his head, oh, my writing stinks. So he's going to automatically think, I'm a messy writer. And then once, if he agrees with that in his head, because he's hearing it, and then he agrees with it, that becomes part of who he is. So from now on, until he changes that, he's going to think, I'm a terrible writer. And it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Once you tell yourself that in your head and then you agree with it, it becomes part of your subconscious. It's like breathing, and like I was talking in my past live about breathing and, riding a bike. Once you learn it and it becomes internalize it becomes part of who you are, without even thinking about it, you're doing it. So I'm hoping I can undo what I've done already, but you're teaching them that they're not good at something, and then they're going to internalize it, and then that becomes part of who they are. So they're automatically, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at writing, for instance. The great thing about our brain is we can unteach it. So the tapes we have in our head, such as I'm not good at writing, you can teach yourself, unteach that by telling yourself you are good at writing and practicing. Once we repetition in our heads, once we keep putting that tape over and over again, it becomes part of who we are. It's the same thing with workouts. It's the same thing with anything you want to learn. Once you tell yourself things over and over again, your brain starts to believe it. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's still going to believe it. So things we've told ourselves we're bad at, maybe as children someone told us that, or we're comparing ourselves to others, which a lot of people do. Compare ourselves to somebody else, like compare myself to another person that's doing fitness and think they do it better than me. Then automatically, if I believe that, it becomes part of who I am. They're better than I am. I'm lacking something. It's not necessarily true. Basically, if you have we'll use fitness as an example because I always use it. If you've told yourself, I'm never going to lose weight, and that tape plays in your head because your brain goes to play-by-play as a sportscaster, it's telling you, I'm not going to lose weight, I can't work out, I can't do what they do. Eventually, if you actually believe that, you internalize that, that's part of who you are. So be careful what you're telling yourself and what thoughts go through your head. You don't have to agree with it. That's the awesome thing. You can tell yourself, no, I can do that. And you can tell that no, and then you won't internalize it. It won't become a part of who you are in your subconscious. And you can totally undo things you've done in the past if you have those beliefs in that tape that runs in your head, in your subconscious mind. It could be your best friend. It could also be your worst enemy too. So positive affirmations are awesome to change the scripts in your head and the tapes that play over and over again in your subconscious mind. I'll put a link. I actually have a 5-step process that I've created my own, so you can create your own too. There's going to be a free download. If you'd like to download it, you can come back later. I'll put in my blog post where I have more information on this process. I have a positive affirmations download you guys can do, and you can create your own. Throw them up on the wall, throw them up on your home screen on your phone, and just read it over and over again, because repetition, it'll become part of your subconscious. You don't even have to believe it. I mean, you can tell yourself one day, I'm going to be a successful entrepreneur, and I'm gonna be able to retire early because I'm gonna make a ton of money. You, in your head, You might not believe that, but if you keep telling yourself over and over again and then you're actually doing the work, you can believe that. You can train your brain to believe that. So if you have negative tapes playing in your head, by repetition, you can change that out with positive affirmations and doing work. Because if you're not doing the work, you could tell yourself that all you want, but if it's not based in action, it's not going to happen. This works with any skills you're going to learn. Works out with workouts, clean eating. You have to do the work, and then you have to tell yourself that you're going to do it, and to keep telling yourself, even on the bad days, because you need to hear something. Remember, I'm going to keep doing these. The series is actually going to get way more in detail about training your brain. So remember, see how you're talking to your kids too, because if it's negatively worded or worded wrong, they can internalize that, and then it's a tape they're going to play in their head, because that's how most of us have our insecurities somehow or another at some point. I don't know if it was parents, friends, teachers, somebody told you couldn't do something, and then you actually agree with it, and that became part of your personality. Can be undone. So if you want to change the way you're thinking and you need some help, there's a positive affirmations download that I'll put in my blog post, which will probably come out tomorrow. Be sure to watch future lives. I'm going to go in more detail about changing your thinking and your brain, and how to be more positive and help make it work for you and being a leader. A bunch of things to help you change the way you're thinking, because that's ultimately the key to doing before you're doing anything. If you're not doing well at workouts, it's because somewhere in your brain you decided that you weren't good enough. So, or somebody told you weren't good enough and you believed it. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to give you more tools to help you change the way you're thinking. Only you can change it. I'm trying to help you, but only you can change it for yourself. Always discover your power.